Hello, race fans, and welcome to this edition of Tech Talk with your host Tony Rice and Jason Monteville. I'm Tony Rice, and Jason's here with me. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Tony. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. And so we're gonna go ahead and man, it's this is exciting to get in here and talk about the races and everything. And of course, first up will be Daytona. And before we get to that, let's talk about our sponsors here. So BioTE in Georgetown, that's to me anyway, that's pretty unique. I've never seen those type of sponsors in motorsports, and I'm curious, how did they get involved in the first place?
My wife is an OBGYN.
Hmm.
We have a local practice here in Georgetown, Texas. And BioTE is a company that we've been involved with for about 5 years now. And actually, John Sherman and Vincent Sherman, our partners, we are all certified legacy partners of BioTE.
Hmm.
And the folks at BioTE, when we kind of approached them and said, hey, thinking about doing a little iRacing league. And we don't want any money from you, just a QR code. And, would you be okay with it? And as it turns out, I didn't even know this. They're huge racing fans
Oh
of
wow, okay.
all forms of motorsports.
Okay, cool.
And so they were super pumped about this,
Uh-huh.
about, some advertising and it's racing involved, even though it is sim racing, which kind of came to the forefront in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic,
Absolutely.
as
Yeah.
most folks remember,
Yeah.
Fox
Yeah.
streaming. Yeah. So it really brought a lot of light to iRacing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Georgetown OBGYN is our medical practice. We've been involved with them for over 15 years now. And it's just a fantastic company. And they are also, our partners are race fans as well, native Texans as well. And they were excited to hear about this.
Man, that's awesome. Because that's interesting about the them being big race fans. And I'm sure you were pleasantly surprised to hear that. And
Yeah,
uh,
we've done the practice itself. We're all family.
mhm.
Uh, so they were super pumped about it, and but like I said, with BioT, didn't even know that they were race fans.
Yeah.
And I use their products. My wife uses them. She has lots of her patients that use them. I have friends that use their stuff, and they have hormone therapy based stuff too. But I'm on the vitamin side of it.
Right. Right.
uh, but yeah, I'm super happy to have them, on my car, on everybody's windshield banners, and the primary, sponsor of the series, and they are too.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move over to the race here. And so first up is Daytona. And before we talk about the race, let's go ahead and bring up the points as they stand right now. Matthew Batby, he came out the winner there, and there were Kevin Winker and Matthew Wilson, your top three. Well, I tell you, of course, now the point system that you're using, the old style Winston, correct?
Yes, it's the Winston Cup style point system, and Daytona and Talladega are one more being Daytona double
Mm-hmm.
points for
Mm-hmm.
the race. We try to do that something different, maybe to kind of promote cleaner racing,
Right.
knowing that there's a little more on the line. Some guys decide to make, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. You get a run and you want to use it.
Right.
Sometimes when you don't use it, you get run over.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a product of plate racing. But the whole double point system was to kind of promote clean racing, and I think we achieved part of that goal. We had a couple of early incidences in the race, and then we had just some issues later in the race, just guys blocking, which that's going to happen. It's plate racing.
Right. Right. Yeah. And there's like no, don't do any kind of bonus points or lead a lap or
We
anything like
do.
that.
We follow the old Winston Cup, if you will,
Hmm.
style point system. You do get five bonus points, excuse me, for leading a lap, and you get another five bonus points for leading the most laps.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
There's no bonus for winning a race. So if you led a lap at Daytona, you got 10 points instead of
Hmm.
five. If you led the most laps, you got 20 points instead of. I'm sorry, you got another 10 points instead of another 5 points.
Right, right.
So
Okay.
he could potentially gain a total of 20 points,
Absolutely.
which someone did. I don't remember who led the most laps. I think it may have been Cody Stanton or might have been Riley Hoots. I can't remember.
Right.
It was pretty close there.
In fact, that might even be
I
it.
only led 4 laps though. That's all I remember,
Right. That might
and it
even be
wasn't
an
the
I.
last lap.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's the if you can leave one lap, the last one, that's all you got to worry about. You know.
That's all I care about. Just give me the trophy. That's all I care about.
Yeah, and also this series, you don't have any no playoffs. It's I guess that's what the old Winston style was like, right? I mean, because the playoff stuff only came around in the last how many years? Has it been a decade now since, or has it been like
Well, they
since
started
this?
the chase in 2004,
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, been a while.
and
Yeah.
then that was just the chase, and it was I think 10 cars. Then they
Uh-huh.
expanded to 12, and then the whole Clint Boyer deal at Richmond and whatnot.
Hmm.
Then they expanded it to I think it was 16,
Hmm.
and I think that's when they went to the playoffs. Where it was a cutoff race, which I guess it's exciting for TV, but it's
Right.
not. Between myself and the other two league owners, it's really not our cup of tea.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And we don't really care for the stage racing. I think it's eliminated a lot of strategy.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's taken a lot of strategy out of these races this day and age, and we wanted to kind of just throw it back and do something fun and see how it works out.
Absolutely. Well, I think you guys are off and running here, and so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the race itself, and let me get the points down off the screen. Of course, we are looking at the season opener, Daytona 250, and so we're gonna. I've got it queued up here, and we're just getting started. And we did have it was pretty darn good race. I mean, it was 100 laps, and I think you had 29 lead changes. You had 5 cautions, and most of it towards kind of towards the end.
Yeah,
Had
that's pretty typical, right, of playoff
Yeah,
racing.
right. For a total about 15 laps, I believe. And the first one was around lap 16. And
Yeah, I was kind of close to that one.
yeah, you were
It
actually,
was
and
actually,
we're going around here now, and I believe this is lap 16, and so something. I was looking at it, and I think was it Batby because
yeah, the
he.
non-car got loose off of the bumper of the 5 here, and it kind of got sent down on the grass.
Yeah, there he
And
goes now. Yeah.
the 18, he came down in front of the 18 as
Well,
well,
yeah. Wow.
and then just it's hard to that speed to keep it pinned down there,
Absolutely. I
and just
mean,
kind of snuck back up on the racetrack, and
oh my!
here you
I know
go.
you were thinking, oh boy, here we go.
And there we go into the fence. There
Yeah.
goes a fast repair.
But you had two.
Over on the
But you do
way.
have two. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 for every race because
Yeah.
I think most leagues they're doing one, and that's no fault of what they're doing. That's what they like to do.
Right. Right.
And so
Yeah.
we're trying to do a lot of different things here.
Uh huh.
2 fast repairs. We're not professional race car drivers. We all love
Right.
to be, but
Oh
we're
yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So it gives you that extra opportunity if something does happen that's not your own doing.
Yeah.
Like that right there.
Yeah.
That
You made it through
that
pretty.
repair.
All you did was lose your hood. Were you surprised that you made it through there? Because I mean, that was
Uh,
w-
yeah, it was pretty bad. I flipped over.
yeah, you did. You went on a. There we go. You went on a wild ride there. Let's slow
Yeah,
that. Let's slow that
lot
down.
of fun. A
I
lot of
think.
fun.
I think you were glad you ended up on all fours there.
Yeah, just so I could drive it back to pit road. I didn't have to tow because that's going to cost you some time.
But that was something how you lost your hood, but the
Yeah, I think right there through there too. There's I don't know. I'm not Mr. Tech savvy guy with iRacing and stuff, but as you can see, the 33, my teammate Sean McLaughlin has kind of
yeah,
morphed inside of my car. But I think that
exactly.
might be that whatever that glitch, some glitch or something.
Exactly. Things were happening so quickly, and the only thing that happened to you was just the hood went away. And I think you kind of got lucky there, as far as the networking side of iRacing and what it
Yes, that's
was
what I meant. The
seeing.
networking side. Yeah, yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And matter of fact, when that, we were explaining that, I was explaining that during the live broadcast. Let me run that back. That was an excellent.
A
Let me go.
net code. Net code.
Exactly. Let me
Yes,
stop it
net
for a
code.
second.
I had to think
Where is
about it.
Yeah, where is Batby at? I'm trying to lock on
He's
him.
to your. He's
Yeah,
there. He
there
is
he
down
is.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's about to slide back up the
and
racetrack here.
when he came up and like that, and right here at the 59, boom. See how it's they were
Yeah,
a
he knows
mile
that.
away from each other. You
Yeah,
know.
it's just the net code. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you that's
If it didn't happen right there, I tell you, I think I would have made it through.
that was a bad case right there for sure. I tell you, that's something.
Well, we sure went clean racing for a while there afterwards.
Oh yeah, I had a very good stint there, and let's see, we went down to. I don't think the next caution was until like lap 82, and
Yeah, and I went 44 laps after this on my set of tires.
huh.
I just went fuel only a couple times, and then finally it was okay. Well, I need a full tank. It's time to put a set of tires on.
Yeah, and so I mean, how were the tires doing anyway?
Oh, they were great.
Uh
I mean,
huh.
I'll be honest with you. The last couple restarts there, when you have hot tires, they tend to want to spin on restarts, and
Oh
I
yeah.
spun the tires pretty good both times, and didn't get off to a good start, and didn't really help out my teammate
Right.
as much as I would like to have.
So if that's now you say they spin, is that a fresh set of tires, or is that maybe it's
Well,
like
that's
say if
more
you didn't come in and pit or something like that?
tires, yeah, worn tires.
Worn
Got
tires, okay.
a few cycles on them, because we had a few cautions there late.
Uh huh.
And every time you put a heat cycle on them, they get slicker and slicker. And then you're
Wow.
driving around a hot racetrack picking up debris.
Uh huh.
I've had quite a bit of experience with that myself and Riley and Alan and Kelly. We ran the 24 hours of Daytona in the LMP car.
Oh wow. Okay.
And you could see the rubber offline. And if you
Wow.
touched it, it was like ice.
You mean like the was it like the marbles building up
Oh,
or?
absolutely, yes, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And so what you're doing when you're driving around with hot tires under caution, slow, you're picking a lot of that stuff up.
Mhm. And I guess that's more evident. And that went to it automatically switched to 24 laps to go. I'm gonna switch over to the main interface here so I can see what I'm looking at. It was lap 82, I think, that the actual because you had like a caution that didn't involve a wreck, and that was back there like in the lap 70 something, I believe, 72. But it
We
wasn't for
did one with a 24 car.
uh
He was a lap down pushing his teammate.
huh.
I was behind him. I think I was running third or fourth.
Right.
And I think it was going into turn 3, went high, and he lost the nose. He
Hmm.
was trying to push him in the high lane, lost the nose, and hit the wall and slid down. And I snuck through, but some other folks were not as fortunate.
Right. Right. Okay then. Well, here we are now at lap 82, and something's getting ready to happen here involving Parker Parrish, and we're riding on board with Parker there now, and
Okay.
and I believe it was Gerald Space at a 30 car in front of him. That might have been what triggered that one. I don't know if it happened right here on the back stretch or not. Let's roll it forward a little bit here, and I believe it was this lap. How was the handling out there? Because man, there's like 14-mile-an-hour winds for the setup for the track conditions.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
In 1 and 2, the car was really good.
Mhm.
3 and 4, the car was bouncing around pretty good.
Right.
It was hard to, obviously you don't want to push into turns.
Yeah.
Some of us know each other really well. Some other, you kind of know who you can lean on and push.
Right. Oh, there it is, right there.
On the wall, see.
Yeah. It just like it's almost like he just went up there on his own.
Yeah.
I think
that wind.
and
This is going into 1, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I may have the sides of the track backwards.
Yeah.
A week ago, but it was
And
either or. One of the ends was much. It was a little. I should say it was a little. I don't want to say sketchier.
uh-huh.
One end was a little more sketchy than the other.
Right. Got Ryan Cruz got collected there, and actually, well, they're probably maybe the only cars involved in that, wasn't it?
I believe you're correct. Yeah, it was just those two.
Yeah, from the looks of it here, yeah, and only a 2-car collision there. Everybody else made it through unscathed. So yeah, that's pretty fortunate for everybody. He lost his front nose on that particular incident, but That was 82, and I think 8 laps later,
Hmm.
um, we had and that was the one getting down near the end, and that was involving I think it was the 48.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Roberson,
Charles
looking
Roberson,
straight away.
yeah, and he let's see if we can jump down to
I
that
think
one.
I don't think he. I'll look. I didn't really watch the replay, but sometimes you don't. You're trying to do everything you can to keep the track position. I totally understand that.
Oh yeah. Here we go
But
now.
sometimes you just don't know how fast they're coming on the outside lane, and unless you have a live spotter with you
Uh
to
huh.
see where the road's coming, you don't really know. You can't see in these cars.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see out front just fine. You can't see in the
Right.
back though.
And here they
You
are
can see the
coming.
car, but you can't see anything else other than that.
Right. So here he is, and
Yeah.
you're right behind him
Uh,
there, coming down the back stretch. And
yeah. I was trying the whole race just to not I don't, not push, just kind of maintain a little gap in front of me and kind
mhm.
of maintain a little gap behind me. And something goes sideways, you know,
But that's
be a
kind of
little better of an option than just hoping for the best.
right. That's kind of a place you like to be, like second or third.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'll see you get second or third, and you
sure.
park it right there. Like if I can stay right here, I'm close enough to strike if something happened, and maybe
Yeah.
be lucky not get caught up in something.
If you're out front, you're usually pretty safe. If you're in the middle, you're in the you're in the fire.
Right.
And if you're back, it's with 5 to go. It's almost impossible
How
because
does
the
it?
highline really never came up.
Uh huh.
It is
Oh,
right
there it
there.
is, right there. And then what did he? You know what? I think he got it tangled up there with Patrick Hernandez. He moved.
Yeah, can
He
you go forward on the
Yeah, he
19
moved.
there?
Yeah, he moved up, and let's slow that down. Coming out of the corner here, and
I think I think I pushed Charles here. Nope, I'm not on his bumper.
yeah, but it looks like he was. It almost like he was trying to keep you and Patrick back there. You can't only
Yeah.
block with so much. And
Oh, definitely mirror driving. Definitely mirror driving. We're all doing it.
oh yeah,
You just decide maybe a little bit late,
that was a
and
little bit of a touch, but that didn't get him going yet. And now he's up there, and there's nothing
that's
he
off
can.
center. Off center.
Yeah,
He didn't. If he could have gotten the 33 is pushing the pretty aggressive.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
really came to try and make the high lane work. No fault of his own.
Right,
But the 48, I think, if he could have gotten up there a little bit quicker, the
right,
19
yeah. Because he
probably
might have.
wasn't expecting that, and they didn't hit him square.
Well, he was they probably carrying a lot of momentum as well. That
Absolutely.
outside line, and if you because once you get that momentum going, and if you move right up in front of them, then you know whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I guess.
Yeah, you're kind of at the mercy of the guy behind you, and it's late in the race. It's most guys are not going to lift. Just to be
what
blunt about it,
what is
most guys aren't going to lift.
what is that? Checkers or records or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Some folks say that.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we all let our horns come out every now and then. So
Oh yeah, you got to get your elbows out at some point.
yeah,
I mean
yeah,
they
exactly.
call it racing. Everybody probably expects that. And it's almost kind of fun anyway. Like, okay, this is it. And everybody's going down in there. Of course, Daytona's a lot narrower than Talladega. Does it?
Hmm.
Do you have kind of a different mindset at Talladega? Does it feel like it's roomier and you can
No,
kind of
no different.
no different? Okay.
No, but I do prefer to run the high lane there if I can.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The problem is you got to get guys to commit to the high lane,
Uh
stay
huh.
there.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
If the Bush Clash, we had guys that finally committed. Okay, we're going to do the bottom.
Uh huh.
We had
Okay.
enough guys, we had enough numbers on the bottom that the outside lane could not. They could get up to fourth or third, but then they would fall back.
Hmm.
Talladega, if you can wrap the top, it's so much wider, and you could develop a run shooting down off the X of the corner.
Uh huh.
I mean,
Okay.
and side drafting there is just. I mean, you can be super aggressive with the side drafting because you have so much wider, so much more surface to race on.
Right. Now that side drafting I've always thought that was an interesting concept. Um, as
It
far as
works.
and I mean, I guess different vehicles side draft differently, or better, more effective, or less effective.
The trucks are definitely the most effective with side drafting because they have
Uh-huh.
that huge slab on the side of them.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
These cars side draft, it's pretty effective as well. But the new cars, not so much. They don't have that same profile
Right.
on the rear fenders, on the rear end clip.
Are you talking about like the next gen and all
Yeah,
of
the
that?
next gen,
Yeah.
yes.
And they got a lot of that, like the diffuser underneath and
Yeah, there's
everything.
a lot
And
of different stuff going on with that car
yeah.
versus the older car like we're running. And that was one of the other things we run the Gen 6. We've a lot of folks that we've raced in other leagues with have gone to next gen.
Hmm.
Some folks didn't like it. Some folks want to keep running Gen 6. And there's not a lot of Gen 6 leagues out there. So we decided, let's go with that and try it.
Yeah. That's interesting. So they roll that car out, and I guess not the greatest of receptions, huh?
Well, not necessarily. I think the car is fun to drive.
Hmm.
It's really twitchy. It's
Hmm.
certainly built for road racing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not. I don't care for it on the short tracks. Mile and a half, the car is good, but it's hard to. You really can't control a slide in that car like you. That rack and pinion steering makes a big difference.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it's got an independent rear suspension as opposed to a Ford 9-inch rear end live axle.
Right.
So it handles completely different. But the road racing stuff in those cars, they are, man, they're fantastic. They
Wow.
stop like nothing. I mean, they stop like nothing I've ever driven on here before. As far as that has NASCAR on the side of the car.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
It doesn't stop like an IMSA car, but it stops pretty dang good.
Right. Okay. And we and I'm going to in the pre-race show before tomorrow's race, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
we had the technical difficulties
Yeah,
last week, and I'm
yeah.
happy to tell the viewers that yeah, we got the copy of the replay here, and we're gonna show those last two laps. In fact, I'm gonna get the top three in for interview before we move to qualifying tomorrow, anyway.
Excellent.
And
Yes.
so we're gonna watch that race as it comes to the checkered flag,
Mm-hmm.
and also talk to the guys and give them a chance to that's we always want to catch the top three at the end of the race. So yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah,
So
certainly. Yeah.
absolutely. So yeah, that is and don't forget folks, that's going to be tomorrow, and I think we're going live about, I want to say it's like 8:15 or something like that. And we're kind of get there enough time to catch everybody.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that'll be at Rockingham, the TS87 Racing Graphics 200. And that'll be right here on Rice Motorsports TV. And I hope everybody can tune in for that.
It's going to be loose and fast. I can tell you that.
And you're going to be happy to watch it from race control.
I'm happy to be in the booth for race control because Rockingham and me do not get along.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you get a little taste of it the other day, so yeah. At least you.
For that medicine.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, folks, this has been it for today's edition of Tech Talk, and we'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the race. And so if you haven't liked, shared, subscribed, do so. Click that notification bell so you'll know when we go live. And for all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.